Hey everyone, Eric here from True Body Fitness. Today, we really want to look at opening up the chest muscles, getting the shoulder range of motion better, and getting you feeling better from any of the exercise that you've been doing. A lot of times when you're building muscle and stuff, you build up a lot of tissue. With building tissue, you're building up a lot of adhesion in around the joints, around the muscle, get a lot of trigger points, they're sometimes called, and we really want to loosen those up. Now, foam rolling is great and it's really important, but it's only one piece of the puzzle. So today what I want to show you guys is to foam roll to increase mobilization and then as well get activation in around that area. These are all super important for long-term health of the shoulder and to keep your gains going, whether it be muscle, whether it be performance. Anytime we lack a range of motion in anything, one, we put more stress on the muscles and the joints, and two, we get less results. So again, if you're looking to maximize results, check this video out. It's a 3-step process we like to use. It's actually some of these terms I've used from Nick Tuminello in a video called MAPS, which is basically like a mobilization, activation type technique. And it works great with our clients. We love it. We have great results here, and I want to show it to you guys. So hope you enjoy. All right, so the first step, guys, is to foam roll. So basically what we want to do is we want to open up the chest. I strongly suggest a baseball or a crossball. Any other type of ball I find slips on a wall and you can't really get into the positions well enough, and you can't even do any active release with any other type of ball. So I really strongly prefer those two. So what we're going to do in the first part here, step one, is really open up our chests. Simply because we sit down a lot, everything basically we do is in front of us. So we have this internal effect, internal rotation of the arms. And when you internally rotate, right, you shorten these muscles up. Whether you want to believe that these muscles are short or not is irrelevant. What happens is we really build tissue density up in this area, and it's harder to move and get our shoulder back. And if you want to think in terms of effectiveness of muscle building or just in shoulder health, again, if I can't get my shoulder blade to squeeze back super far because I'm inhibited here, therefore I can't get as much activation in my lats. So sometimes a lot of people that have immobile shoulders or not enough range of motion through the shoulder area, we tend to lose that activation in our back muscles, and it tends to rub up on the joint here. You get bicep tendonitis, and you just get big bulky arms with this crappy back. So what we want to really focus on is getting this shoulder moving better, and I'm telling you right now, you'll feel 10 times better. So enough of that. What we're going to do is we're going to start placing the ball on our chest right around our sternum area, and all we're going to do is go in circles, 2 mini circles to the left, 2 mini circles to the right, and then we're going to tug our way up towards the armpit. We'll do this about 5 or 6 times, and then we'll basically, by the time we get from here to here, okay, that'll be about 5 rounds of that. And you want to dig really deep and get right into that tissue. Again, everyone seems to train their chest a lot, and they build up a lot of tissue damage here, and let me tell you, you're definitely going to feel it. So once you get in around that pec minor area, right around that shoulder capsule, where kind of everything kind of meets, so right in here, right in the meat of it all, what I'm going to have you do is do an active release drill. So what that means is you're going to get the ball right here, you're going to lean up against the wall as hard as you can with your thumb internally rotated. So if my thumb's here, I'm going to rotate my thumb down, which brings my shoulder forward and shortens these muscles more. So I'm going to place it here, press really hard into the wall. I'm going to take a deep breath in, I'm going to breathe out, and I'm going to push harder and harder and harder, and I'm going to rotate my hand up the wall and as high as I can without shrugging my shoulder. And I'm going to do this about 5 or 6 times, digging deeper and deeper and deeper into the muscle. Just after this, you're going to notice an immense relaxation, an immense amount more range of motion in the shoulder, and just doing this yourself could make things a hell of a lot better for you, especially before a chest workout or a back workout. So here we go. I'm going to get on the wall, I'm going to place it right around near my sternum area, and all I'm going to do is do these circles, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. I'm leaning into the wall to add pressure on the tissue, and then I'm going to do a couple tugs, 1, 2, right towards my armpit. Again, I'm going to go 2 to the left, 2 to the right, tug, tug, and I'm going to keep that pressure on the ball at all times, so I'm not going to let off. Because again, if you let off the tissue, then you're not getting as deep as you need to be getting in order to make this as effective as possible. And again, when I'm training clients, when we only have an hour, we've got to make sure that we're getting the most effective exercises and the most effective performance in every single time. So again, here I am, I'm getting right near the shoulder, and now I'm really feeling it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate my thumb inwards, I'm going to press up against the wall, and I'm going to do my active release roll. Whew. Keeping the tension. I'm going to come back into internal rotation, thumbs rotating inwards. I'm going to push hard into the wall. Big belly breath. And again, I would do that anywhere between 5 and 6 times before switching sides. So that's step one. The next step in this process is to get a little bit of mobility now. Okay, so we've just got that tissue all warmed up. We've just got that tissue more extensible. And we're basically, not just only the tissue, but the fascia. And we're able to move more now. Just in this right part of my chest, because I just did my right side, I'm able to move way more freely. Obviously, we'd like to do both sides, obviously. So just make sure you do your right and then you do your left. Next exercise we're going to do, and trust me, this is not just the only exercise you can do. This is just one of the exercises. Depending on your client or depending on you, you can pick or choose what you like. If you're not too sure about other exercises, definitely just do this one and let me know how it goes. Alright, so I like to use 2 foam rollers. You can use anything, any type of pad, pillow if you're at home, doesn't really matter. I just like to use 2 surfaces to make sure that I'm keeping a good position. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lie down on my side, and this is called side lying reaches. I'm going to lie down with my head on one and my knee on the other. From this position, I'm going to make sure that I'm packing my shoulders over top of each other and I'm not slouched out like this when I start. So packed up. My knee is going to be above my navel and I'm going to drive my knee into this foam roller to really engage the core muscles to avoid letting my lower back take the range of motion, and let's get my shoulder and my chest opened up more. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your hand, your left hand, you're going to reach it up in the air. You're going to take your thumb on the other hand and you're going to reach it down towards your knee. So thumb down towards my knee. From this position, I'm going to rotate my thumb down towards the floor, reach up into the sky the farther I reach back, and I'm going to drive my thumb into the ground while rotating my shoulder down and back. I'm going to hold here for one or two big belly breaths. Maybe get a little bit farther from my belly breaths. Then I'm going to come forward, back down. Big reach up. Get my range. 2 belly breaths. Squeeze my shoulder blade. Get more range of motion. Back through. And what we're going to do is you're going to do anywhere between 3 to 5 reps on each side. Okay, for this exercise. So step 3 of this process is to get the activation of those muscles working. Now you'll actually find just in step 2, you actually got a bit of activation because you had to actively drive your arm back, therefore squeezing the muscles back here, especially those low trap muscles, all the muscles that pull your shoulder blade down and back. Again, this is one of the main reasons why we do this type of stuff, because everyone's shoulders are rolled forward, and what we want to do is roll them back and down. So we're going to focus on an exercise that pulls the shoulder back and down. Simple, easy, effective exercise. So the next drill we're going to do is we're actually going to be 2 drills that I like to do back to back, and kind of in a just a fashion, you can call it circuit fashion or a supersetted fashion, where we don't really have to walk across the gym in order to do another exercise. So these are 2 simple exercises that you can do. The first exercise is standing wall trap raises. And low trap raises, whatever you want to call them, the exercise does the job. So what you're going to do is you're going to line up facing towards the wall with your arms like this. And all you're going to do is you're going to draw basically a Y-shaped position while maintaining your shoulders down and back. So it's very important that when you raise your arms up, you don't allow this piece or this bone right here, your AC joint, to get closer to your ear. So if you find that you're getting closer to your ear, I want you to immediately stop there. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to come up into that Y position. You're going to hold your arms there when you feel really restricted, and all I want you to do is extend your arms back behind you. Now, very common mistake people have when they do this is when they get to this position and they extend their arms back, they tend to use extension from here and not from their actual upper spine. So what I can suggest that you do when you're doing this exercise, one, brace your stomach muscles, tighten them up, as well as tighten up your glutes. This is definitely going to ensure, one, that you're not going to use your lower back, and two, that you're getting definitely the proper form and the purpose of this exercise. So here I will show you just the first exercise. So you're going to line up against the wall. Again, this is a black wall with a black shirt, so hopefully you guys can see this. All I'm going to do is I'm going to brace my stomach muscles, brace my glutes, start with my arms, my elbows and my wrists up against the wall. I'm going to raise my arms up to the point where I feel like I might potentially shrug my shoulders, or I'm going to extend from my lower back, which I don't want to do. So I'm going to pause here, and all I'm going to do, keeping still, is take my arms off the wall and drive my thumbs backwards. Hold for a second, control it back down on the wall, and slide her back down. So slide up, shoulder blades down and back, bring them off the wall, squeeze my shoulder blades, back down on the wall, back down. We like to do this slow for about 6 to 8 really good reps. You can build up anywhere between 8 and 12 reps depending on how you feel. I find every my clients are a little different. Some of them have great mobility through there and they just need that activation piece. Some struggle with their reps keeping their shoulders down, so we like to do a few more to really groove the motor pattern. So the next exercise you're going to do is something called a wall slide, much similar to the last exercise we did. So what you're going to do is you're going to, same idea, you're going to have your elbows and your wrists on the wall. This time though, we're going to have our butt, upper back, and head against the wall as well. So basically, if you can imagine me on the wall right now, I'm going to take this position, I'm going to slide my elbows into my back pocket while maintaining a nice position on the wall, not extending from the spine again. So again, we'll do this for anywhere between 6 to 8 to 8 to 12 repetitions, depending on the client and depending on the control. What we also like to do is focus more on driving our arms back against the wall to really get that activation in the back here, instead of just kind of going up and down in this fashion and not really getting the purpose and the drive from those muscles. So if I'm just coming down here, butt, upper back, and head's on the wall, I like to start in the up position with my shoulder blades tucked into my back pocket. Abs are braced, my elbows and wrists are on the wall at all times, and I slowly slide my arms down. The moment I feel like my wrists or my elbows are coming off the wall, I immediately stop, and then I come right back up. Again, if we're finding that our range of motion is very short, what I like to do is slowly take deep belly breaths every single time we come down into that position where it just feels really uncomfortable, and then we try to get real comfortable. And then we might come back up. Again, depending on the client and what I see, you can go anywhere between 6 and 8 or 8 to 12 repetitions. So there you guys have it. That's a 3-step process. It seems long on video, but trust me, once you get good at it, it takes a couple minutes. You can, I'm telling you right now from a long-term perspective, your shoulders are going to love you. You're going to get way more back muscle. If you're really trying to build up your lats, your upper back, your rhomboids, lower traps, all those muscles that are super important to stabilize the shoulder. Because guess what, guys? This shoulder joint is very mobile, and with the more mobility that you have, it requires more stability. So give it a try. Let me know what you guys think. I'd love to bring in more content like this. Just give me some feedback. Anyways, guys, get after it, and peace.